Pedro. Listen. Before we get into the show, I forgot tomorrow, Valentine's Day. Pedro, what plans you have for the your young lady?
Hold on. Tomorrow, Valentine's Day?
Oh shit! Well, you're in trouble.
Hold on. What's today? Today's February 13th?
Yes, it is. So tomorrow is February 14th, which is it's called Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
All right. Well, then you got.
I'm gonna listen. This is my plan. Listen, I took my girl out on Friday to a comedy. Adam Sandler was in town. He actually put on a fantastic show, and I'm not a big Adam Sandler fan, but he put on a phenomenal show. So that was kind of like our thing to do, right? And basically, after this podcast, I'm gonna go to Walgreens. And she's not watching, so I can say this. I'm going to go to Walgreens and buy my girls a couple, get a little goodie bags of the things that they like. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not a flowers and candy kind of guy because that's just not how I roll. But I tend to buy like little treats and things that I know that she'll like. And I'll get something for Ruby, my 18-month-old. And that'll be that. So, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. You know what I do? And kind of similar to you. We don't go out the day of with the rest of the fake couples out there that just that you gotta grab someone. So we actually we just went out for dinner tonight. So we went to a nice we both like ramen, so we took the chick to ramen and get some food. Food was good, and instead of spending the night with her, I'm with you right now.
Well, are we Valentine's? Is that what are you asking me to be Valentine's?
Well, I'm just saying, instead of hanging out with her, I'm with you.
Listen. I'm going to say something that's maybe a little, unpopular. Valentine's Day is overrated, bro. Right? It's one of them Hallmark holidays. Listen, if you need it, you should do something for your man or woman because it's what is socially, expected. But like. You don't have, like Hannibal saying, it doesn't have to be on that day. And if it's forced, it's not really real, So for me, like do something around that time, know your partner. What do they appreciate? What do they really want? And, if you're the dude that's just buying chocolates and candies and saying Happy Valentine's Day, that's lame. Like that's not real. That's just me. If you guys do that, do you if it works. But I think most women actually want something that is more thoughtful, and you don't have to spend money to necessarily be thoughtful. That's my opinion.
You're 100% correct. They want some dingling. But the problem is, Pedro, that you don't like any holidays. I don't think we have found a holiday that you enjoy. You don't like Christmas.
You're not wrong.
I don't know if you like.
What holiday?
July? Yeah, like Thanksgiving.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Oh well, we're gonna jump right in. Anyway, guys, I forgot to put the intro in. Welcome to the Pedro and Hannibal podcast. My name is Hannibal, the guy who hates all holidays and is not gonna give anything to his woman tomorrow. Nope. Pedro, Mr. Bet on you. Like that's.
Well, hold on. You did mention dingling, and we got it on Friday, so we good. She got what she needed. We good.
Yeah. I'm maybe after this, I'll slam dunk my chicken one. That's what I gotta do. But I appreciate you guys coming through. I know Wednesday we didn't have a show. I forgot to put the message to say that we didn't have a show, but guys probably realized that. So we're back here. We got a lot going on. Obviously, this weekend has been very interesting with the Super Bowl. We got some aliens coming to us. We don't know what's going to happen. We're going to ask Pedro, the alien survival expert, what we're going to do. But I guess Pedro just want to jump into the whole Super Bowl. Tell me, how you watched it, where you was, were you out, were you at home? Tell me about your Super Bowl Sunday.
So I was at home. My girl went out and was hanging out, and I stayed at home with the baby. We hung out. We watched the game, and it was cool. Usually, sometimes I go to my dad's or I do this, but it was nice to just be at home, chilling, watching the game. And listen, I think we have recency bias. A lot of us do when it comes to sports, and I think that's normal. No hate to that, but like the game was good yesterday. It wasn't great.
I mean, there's been some really stinker games where when the Patriots win and it's like 16-5 or 4 or 16-7. Like this was a really
good but to me, this game. Okay, thinking back to the last like 15 years or so, right? This game it was really good, and I'm going to get into some of the game because I want to get your opinion on it as well. After I give mine, we could talk, right? I think there's a lot to kind of dissect. Sometimes when I watch Super Bowls, I'm not watching every single play because I'm somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're somewhere. I watched every play yesterday for the first time in a couple of years.
Yeah, because you were actually watching the
I was
game
actually
compared to
watching
like
the
at a
game.
party. Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
enjoying those Giants games. One was at work overnight. I was doing an overnight shift, so it was a really terrible TV. But I was there, and that was kind of magical, how terrible the TV was. And the second Giants Super Bowl, I was so blitzed. I mean, smoking, drinking. I think I was sitting on the floor. But I did see the one amazing catch that Manning threw to Manningham.
Manningham and Tyree and all that.
But watching it when you're not bothered by people, because you're around people who don't watch football and just want to watch the halftime show and the commercial, so you actually enjoy like the championship game within itself. So yeah, I'm interested in your thoughts.
Yeah, I think back to some current. I thought it was a really good game. I want to say this first, and we'll get into Jalen Hurts balled out. He lost the one fumble. That was a key moment in the game when he lost that fumble. If that fumble doesn't happen and gets returned for a touchdown, the Eagles probably win yesterday. Okay, so I want to say that. Yeah. But he balled. I mean, he played very well, very well. The Eagles defense played like trash. One of the best defenses all year. They didn't get one sack on Patrick Mahomes. That defensive line played like garbage.
Now people are like they were exposed. They never were good. Like why everything has to go from 0 to 100? I mean, obviously they were beating up everybody.
They were,
but now all of a sudden they did expose. They were never that good. Like, having no sacks is kind of embarrassing.
It is.
With a guy with an ankle.
The real MVP of that game, if I could have gave the MVP out, I would have gave one in the MVP to every offensive lineman of the Kansas City Chiefs. They played flawless football. That offensive line and Andy Reid's coaching and play calling and adjustments at halftime is why the Chiefs won. Patrick Mahomes had a good game. He wasn't a great game. I thought Jalen Hurts actually outperformed Patrick Mahomes. It's easy to play quarterback when you're throwing the guys that are wide open for 3-yard slants.
It was weird, man.
It was weird. But the offensive line of Kansas City Chiefs played flawless football. The second half, the Chiefs played flawless football. They scored on every possession. They didn't turn the ball over once the entire game. So I thought it was a good game. But let me get back to my point, and then I want to get Hannibal's take. There's games like some of the Giants games you mentioned when the Patriots came back and beat the Falcons. That was a phenomenal Super Bowl. Like, that was phenomenal.
No one thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, when the Pittsburgh Steelers came back and threw that last second touchdown to San Antonio Holmes versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Phenomenal game. Larry Fitzgerald took one to the house. You think the Cardinals are going to win. Pittsburgh wins. I mean, that game had a lot of ups and downs. So there's been other games I thought recently that have been a lot better. I thought yesterday was good. I didn't love how it ended, but I do also want to get into the controversy that I've been seeing all day about the call or no call. So that's kind of my take on the game so far. I thought Jalen Hurts balled out. I mean, I really like Jalen Hurts a lot. And I was almost like a little like, damn, I really wish he would have won because he played, he left everything on the field. But his defense let him down. I think his coaching staff let him down. What are your thoughts? Those are my kind of beginning thoughts on the game.
And as much as I do like as Jalen Hurts as a person, you really root for him. As much as I hate the Eagles or anyone that's in NFC East other than the Giants, you first you feel a little relief. Everyone lost, which is great. That's what you want. You don't want the Eagles to, and then Philadelphia, the people are terrible. So it's good that they take the loss. But Jalen Hurts, you really, really hope, and the rest of the team, there's no teammates in there on the Eagles that are terrible.
No.
But you're right. The defense let them down. It just Andy Reid figured them out.
Yes.
Like exposed them, figure it out. Not just oh, we know exactly what to do now. And every possession they were scoring. So yes, I know the big issue is the weird touchy foul, but according to the rules, you can't talk once you talk as a whole.
I feel like you and I have a difference of opinion on this, and I want to ask you, what's your opinion on that call? I've been seeing some hot takes back and forth. What's your thought on that call? Initially, do you like it? Or
I would not. If they didn't call it, then it wouldn't bother me. Like if that was a no call, I just let that go because I don't think Juju was going to catch that ball. It was overthrown, but also Mahomes may have saw the hold and said he held him, so maybe he didn't adjust his throw. I don't know. Like I remember looking at it. Yes, it was a tug, and the ref was there to see it, but. I'm confused with the whole reffing in general and football and basketball. we say, okay, they should swallow the whistle, let them win. But if it's a call, it's a call. Then what? Like, I don't understand. What do we want? Do you want the calls to be done? Are we following the textbook, or we're saying let them play? Which is it? I'm confused. Because yes, if they didn't have, if it was a no call, I think it wouldn't matter. I think the Chiefs would have still won. They were going down the field. Patrick Mahomes would have did something, and they was going to kick a field goal. Like, I understand. Yeah, they made Jalen Hurts may have had more time, and yeah, that last bomb he threw was very impressive. Is that chance is going to happen again? I mean, they were on Jalen at some points too. I mean, defense wasn't. I mean, both defenses weren't that great. I think the Chiefs is going to get a score anyway. So I know the Eagles fans are going to hold this forever. They're going to say it was rigged. Rigged was trending as soon as it happened. It was like rigged. And I'm like, this. Patrick Mahomes is the new golden boy. He's the Tom Brady. Things are going to go for him. And I'm thinking the Chiefs know how to win. They've been in the Super Bowl 3 times now. This is how it kind of works, where they were worried. They were worried. They were hyping each other up at the sidelines. They were screaming. They'd be like, oh wow, the Eagles may beat us. And then the second half they started to turn up. So I understand a no call. If I was an Eagles fan, I'd be pissed off. But at the same time, did the call stop Jalen Hurts from dropping that ball and getting that run to the house? Like, all the, Patrick Mahomes scoring on every drive. Like, at one point, you got to have some accountability for how the game went. Like you said, I think you said this last night, the second half, the Eagles got out-coached.
Oh, clearly got out. Because the adjustments that the Chiefs made were phenomenal. They scored. I mean, they made defensive adjustments, offensive adjustments. I mean, Eagles got a really, really good defense. One of the top defenses in the league. Most sacks, they almost broke a record in NFL history for most sacks in the history of the NFL in one season. And they pressured Mahomes a little, but they didn't sack him once. They didn't even, and
he was not 100%, right?
He wasn't 100%.
We saw him run, like he could run in a straight line well, but he wasn't cutting, and he was wincing in pain, and they couldn't clip him.
Eagles would have had 2 sacks in that game, which I think is reasonable. Okay,
you assume
you assume they're going to get 2 sacks. The Chiefs, and it would have been on an important third down play in the fourth quarter at some point somewhere, right? And they probably win the game because you take away maybe 3 points or 7 points off the board. But the Eagles D, man, atrocious. And listen, I think I have an unpopular opinion. I guess maybe it's more 50-50. That's a hold. And if it's a hold, you call it. And the issue is the guy, he actually held him twice. The first one is more like, that's touchy. When you grasp a guy and you hold him, you have to call it. And the angle is a little bit of bad luck on the Eagles' part because the guy's right there.
Yeah, the ref was right in.
Smith's complete back is to him. You can clearly see the hand. You can clearly see the hand. The guy's wearing a black glove with white sleeves, and the Chiefs have white on. So his hand actually stands out. You can see it more. The refs are looking for that, right? And I think Mahomes knew that it was a hold, so he threw it in a spot that would have.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe if they didn't, he didn't think it was calling. There was no flag. And Mahomes all he does is improvise. Yeah. Something else would have happened. That's why I'm wondering. Like I know Eagles fans are mad, but Mahomes, Andy Reid figured it out, and he was telling them exactly the best place. Well, at least the last 2 touchdowns, there were no one near the guy they threw the ball to.
Well, let's not forget the play that I thought Eagles fans are forgetting. There's 2 fumble recovery returns for touchdowns. One got called back because they said he didn't catch the ball. Miles Sanders caught the ball, took a step, and turned his body to make a move. And they overturned that call. So, we can't pick and choose just because it's towards the end of the game. Nova Dash is saying it's a soft hold. It's a hold. Like, it is what it is. Like, in the course of a game, these refs are not going to see everything. But that guy, and even he said he held them. So you can't, these Eagles fans
shout out to him to be honest. He's like, it was a hold. But it was like, man, because,
just because we don't get what we want as fans, we wanted an overtime game. We want Jalen Hurts to get the ball with, a minute and a half left. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, that's more exciting. But we don't always get what we want. Like if it's a hold, if it's a soft hold, a hard hold, you have to call it, because if you don't call it, the Chiefs fans are mad. because all day today we're gonna be replaying that. Why didn't they call this? The Eagles won. You know, this guy did this, and they got the ball back. They scored a touchdown. You know, if they would have called it, because they should have technically called it, then the Chiefs probably would have won. So you can't have it both ways. Like,
you can't win, man.
Call it or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it was a disappointing kind of. It kind of was anticlimactic. It was like, well, this is going to be a field goal kick.
True.
But yeah, I understand. I guess I understand if they didn't call anything. I think, you know, yeah, Chiefs fans would have been upset, but I think Chiefs had that game. Once the fourth quarter game,
I told you the Chiefs are going to win by field goal.
Which I listen. Credit is due.
That's my only thing I've been right about all.
I didn't bet any. I couldn't tell. I remember at the beginning before the game started, I'm like, I have no good feeling at all. So I spent no money, no bets. What's going on? Let's know. Novadash has something to say about the Commanders. These refs screwed my Commanders with an obvious PI, but called it soft ass hole.
Nova Dasher is still in 2022, October of 2022 right now.
But listen. I mean, you agree with him. That was when that play he's talking about that, you know, and it was against the Giants. That was a bad call.
I don't even remember it, but I'm sure. I'm sure you guys are right. I'm sure you're right.
Pedro, you had a whole thing. You was like this. Yeah, it was a bull. Yeah, it's okay. Doesn't matter.
Which one was versus Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And it kind of changed the whole trajectory of who's going to playoffs and who wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was still an entertaining game. Patrick Mahomes is the man.
He's the man.
I think we kind of realized that he is the best quarterback of the we kind of forget about him. We think it's a system. No, it's him. It's him. Him and Kelsey has a connection that most, you know, passers and catchers don't have. And him being the great tight end he is. And I think he was hurt too. Like he was a little dinged up. And yeah, Eagles look pretty good. I mean, yeah, I know they kind of fell in the face a little bit, but who's going to beat the Eagles out of the NFC? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, they're set up. And Jalen Hurts, he impressed me yesterday, man. That guy, he threw for a lot of yards, ran for 4 total touchdowns. His composure, I like him a lot. Him a lot.
Yeah. And the one thing that I think I forgot who said this, but maybe the Eagles D got exposed because they're not in the AFC, where damn near all the beast quarterbacks are, where it's the gauntlet of like the most dominant. You know, you got Burrow, you got Josh Allen in there, you got Mahomes in there.
Yeah.
And NFC, you got, well, Tom Brady's gone. Aaron Rodgers is, who knows where he's going.
Yeah, you got hold on.
Dak.
Hold on, you got, okay, let's see. Let's go through. You got Kirk Cousins, trash.
Oh,
you got Dak Prescott, trash. Danny Dimes, trash.
Hold on.
Whoever is the quarterback of the Commanders, trash. You got the Bears quarterback.
Jason Campbell is a great quarterback.
Is Carson Wentz still with the Commanders? I don't know.
I forgot. Who knows? So that's a problem. I think the disparities of like they got like, you know, that's like the Legion of Doom over there in the AFC. Where this is, I mean, you still have, you know, quarterbacks we didn't even talk about over there. You know, Lamar Jackson, what division he's in? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What's the dude from the damn LA Chargers?
Stafford. The Chargers. You talking about Herbert?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Like, well, the AFC has superior quarterback play, I think.
This is true. Nova actually come with a good point. The one team that did beat the Eagles was the Commanders. He used to clap those Eagles cheeks.
I remember.
Wasn't Tyler Haneke?
It was on a Monday night or something. Like, yeah, nobody.
Hey, you don't lose the Monday night to the Commanders.
Commanders. Are they still a football team? Are they going to be around?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, Jeff Bezos is going to buy that team soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still entertaining. What do you thought about the commercials? I'll say, you know, before you jump in, these commercials are not funny or interesting anymore. It's just get a celebrity and have them say something cutesy. Yeah. Where the commercials used to be interesting, or maybe I'm just becoming
honestly,
old
bro.
Mention.
I didn't even look to watch them. When the commercials came out, I was doing something else.
Yeah.
I know DoorDash did some commercial I heard about through the grapevine. Who cares? And then I think I saw a commercial with the Breaking Bad guys. They like reprised their roles or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, commercials have gotten. I think part of it is years ago they started leaking the commercials before the Super Bowl, and you could watch them on like YouTube or little teasers. And I think now it's like a lot of ideas have been done. So typically, like you said, you take a celebrity, they reprise some kind of role or do something cutesy or musical. I saw Puff Daddy, I think, was a part of some kind of commercial.
Yeah,
but
and that commercial was lame. Like, there's no. I think it's two parts. First, you can't make a joke because you're going to offend somebody. Like, and I really believe that they are.
Good point.
They can't really be funny or try to push anything. So it's just pay these celebrities a ton of money to show up to push all types of nonsense, and there's just no creativity there. There's no excitement. There's a few trailers and some movies. I tell you, this whole Fast and the Furious thing. I mean,
what are we on now? How many? 10? Is this
10? And it's looking more like a cartoon. It should just make it a video game. Vin Diesel look old now. Vin Diesel does not look as fresh as he used to be.
He's still Vin Diesel, but aren't they bringing back Paul Walker? R.I.P. to Paul Walker. Aren't they bringing his brother back to play him or something?
I don't know. Does he crash into? I don't know. Maybe.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
I the last Fast and Furious I saw, 2. And I was like, where's Paul Walker in this one? And I was like, this is stupid. And I legit stopped watching. I love action movies, but it's so unbelievably silly.
That first one was legit though.
Yeah.
That first one, that was legit. That was very unique when it came out. That was a big deal.
Yeah. You get, Vin Diesel said, what Dom says, you live 1/4 mile at a time.
Yeah. I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
I was like, it's gangster son, but that's not good for long-term success in life. That's a little bit too, you still got a plan for the future there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first one was really good. It felt like it was supposed to be a legal drag, like racing movie. And
they're like basically like James Bonds with cars, and they're doing all this crazy stuff. Where they lost me, and I couldn't tell you what number it was. It might have been 6 or 7. There's like some kind of fight scene. I think he's fighting Jason Statham or The Rock or one of those.
That could have been 6 or 7, yeah.
And they're fighting, and Vin Diesel stomps his foot on concrete, and everything around him crumbles. And that's where they lost me.
Yeah,
they're treating him like he's Superman.
And in fact, even if he's fighting The Rock and he's winning the fight, like this is stupid. Yeah, I kind of it's not good. It's just a really bad such situation. Now you got like bad movies. They maybe show some video games, but yeah, the video it's just not interested anymore. And I think the problem is they're scared to really push the creative needle. Lee says it's 11, counting that spinoff.
Wow.
Unfortunately, and and I agree, Nova. People are still going to watch it
big time.
I probably won't,
because there's a lot of good act. It's a lot going on. But.
Yeah. All right. So another thing about the game everyone was talking about, the Rihanna concert. The most important woman from my land of the island of Barbados.
Listen, I need your take. You got to go first on this one.
It was okay. To be honest, at one point I stopped looking. My girl kept saying she's pregnant. I said, "Nah, she just had it."
No, that's what I thought.
Kid. She just had it. Like maybe it was like leftovers or something, or like your stomach don't completely go down after you maybe flies out of there. And I don't remember the timing, so I was like, "Nah, I didn't." Just my girl for some reason is obsessed with other people being pregnant and hiding.
Well, she was showing it off too, though. That outfit showed. So then, as I was watching it, I thought what you thought. Yeah, she just maybe didn't lose the weight, but she's owning it. She looks good. But then the more I was watching it, and she's moving, and I'm like, she's not moving a whole lot.
Yeah, so it was definitely she's there. And then after that, I'm like, well, she's not moving. She's not really doing much of anything. So I basically I think I was on the computer and just listening to the hits. I'm like, just remembering, damn, she actually had a lot of hit songs. But compared to the other shows, obviously it's not at that level. But then you're like, the woman is pregnant, so what else she's going to do? And other than that, it was okay. A lot of people kind of was trashing over the top with him. Like, if the woman is pregnant, what do you expect to do?
People thought it was either way too good, or you thought they were giving her too much shit. Is that what you're saying, or is it? I
think some people they want more, right? They look at like some guy on Facebook reposted the Michael Jackson one. Like, well, no one's gonna touch that. Michael Jackson stood didn't move for 2 minutes.
And it was phenomenal.
And it was phenomenal. Like, people can't do that. We want that a Beyonce, like she's gonna perform our head off, but she wasn't pregnant. If she was pregnant, she probably wouldn't able to do that. Or even the Bruno Mars one. The Weeknd, I see him perform better.
Prince was really good.
Oh, Prince.
U2 was good. Bruno Mars, he put on a fantastic show.
But
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
This is why I thought she didn't. I think sometimes with the Super Bowl shows, people do too much.
Okay.
They try to do like too much of a show, and it takes away from the actual like singing and like the song. I thought she sung very well. It was live. I thought she did a good job. I liked that she didn't have too much going on and these crazy outfit changes and all these crazy.
That's what I was wondering. Once I realized it's like the third, fourth song and she's not changing, I'm like, okay, she's probably pregnant, or she's not gonna push herself. I mean, first of all, she's 100 some feet up in the air on some platform.
She put herself on she put herself on a pedestal from the beginning. There's a lot of subliminal messaging. She's got these dancers dancing around her like she's the queen. She's not doing a lot. The dancers are doing most of it.
Oh yeah.
She's showing you. She starts it off by, the song talk. You guys forgot who I was, or whatever. I got my.
This is the first performance in 7 years.
She's coming out saying, "You guys forgot who I am. Like I am still that bitch. Like she is." Yeah. And I thought she did a good job. I thought it was very unique. I liked that she didn't have a special guest.
I was also surprising that. I was like, I was waiting for someone to show up, but no, it was all her.
Read that. That's
funny. Glass half empty. They said all the dancers in those outfits were ASAP Rocky sperm cells. Let's spend some time to talk about how terrible ASAP Rocky is and how he's super annoying. How is he able to have done this again?
I know.
It should have been me. I even asked my chick, I said, you wouldn't mind, right? And she was like, of course not. In terms of child support, you could probably get out of her. Like as if that's
have some bring it back to the island, man.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna I have a chance. But goddamn it, ASAP Rocky, like you ain't putting any music out. I can check right now. You're not rapping. All you're doing is impregnating my queen. Like this is bull crap.
Man,
and then you see him, he just like his phone just taping it. I'm like, you clown.
Well, I mean,
let's boycott ASAP Rocky. Let's not listen to any more of his music.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I have his first album, I think, on my Apple, but let's say he's not bad, but he's not, it's all right.
Listen, if you were Rihanna, do you care about anything else? It seems like I'm looking right now. See the last album he released, 2018.
So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
4 or 5 years. That's a while.
He did release something called Same Problems ? But whatever. I'm not listening to that. Damn him. I do like this one over there. Shakira and J-Lo was a pretty good one.
Yeah, it was. But like, this is my point with that. It was two beautiful women that can move their bodies.
Oh yeah.
Their music is not as good as Rihanna's. Let's just call that what it is. Okay. And I thought but I could watch that on my phone. I could watch J-Lo and Shakira on a YouTube video. Like I thought Rihanna's show was good because it was simple, and she kept to the hits, the vocals. I thought it wasn't too much, and you could just listen to the music, and I thought it was good. That's my take on it. So.
Some people think that she was lip syncing. I did not watch it that closely to know or care. But what you thought? Do you think she was?
I didn't think about that. I don't know.
I mean,
I think maybe parts of it. There's not 100% of her all the time, but clearly there were moments when I was watching it. You could clearly tell that she's actually
singing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I am a little bit of a strict. Like if I went to see someone and paid money and you're lip syncing, I feel like I'm getting cheated a little bit. Like, especially if you're there for the singing. Now, if you're just performing and dancing around, like, all right, sure. Yeah. But you want to have your, if you are a singer and you're lip syncing, it's kind of like you're cheating your audience. But I didn't pay to watch the Super Bowl, so I thought it was okay.
Would you ever go? How low would a ticket have to be for you to go to the Super Bowl if you had that opportunity? Or is that something that you would even want to do?
I think eventually one of these days, but it's so goddamn expensive. I have to be balling. Like I gotta get where my channel at right now. If I had like 1 million subscribers,
it's like 7 G's.
Just hitting. I'm making at least 5 figures a month, and if it's near me too. So I'm not traveling to across the country for this. If they have it in Miami again or somewhere warm when it's freezing, and if I had the money, I think it's worth at least the experience. It's like, I think all the big grand like concerts and things we have yearly. Like, I know you guys not into wrestling, but WrestleMania, like one of those days, I want to go there. They have in a stadium 70,000 people. It's the open dome.
Those people go nuts, man.
That like stuff like that. So Super Bowl, that was another big thing that happens every year. I don't know, but like to experience that one time in life, it's pretty cool. And I know there's other people. I think there's one old dude. He's been to every single one since the beginning. I'm like, how's he able to afford this?
That's crazy.
But you know, what do you think? Would you ever go?
I probably not, unless I had free tickets. I'd rather watch it at home. It's more comfortable for me. I just, unless somebody if you gave me free tickets, then I would go. Otherwise, I'm not paying it because I'm never going to be able to afford it. I'd rather go to like an NBA Finals game. For me, like
finals. Yeah, something like that. Like any kind of big or like a really like a crazy prize boxing match.
Yeah.
Like those are like anything of big stakes. Yeah, I think I would like to check it out. Even if it's like Olympic stuff. Like I've never been to the Olympics. They've been here, last time they were, was it Atlanta? I think they've been here earlier.
They were Atlanta in 92, right? And I think,
that was back in the 90s or something like that.
Well, it depends. You got the summer and the winter. So they were in Salt Lake City a few years back.
That's the winter.
That's the winter Olympics. You're talking probably summer where they got the ball.
Which seeing like the fastest people on earth. Like that. Yeah, I think seeing that live, that's kind of cool. Yeah, but in terms of paying, it's expensive. But wait a minute. What happened if the Chicago Bears somehow made it to the Super Bowl? You're saying that if you had an opportunity and you had the money, let's say you had the money.
And money's not an option? Yeah, I might take my dad.
No, I said you had the money. I say sorry. You had it.
No, I got it. I could afford it. I could have went to the Super Bowl this last year and went broke doing it, but I'm not going to do that.
So Fields, you do figure it out. He's Jalen Hurts it up. No, you just gonna watch it.
Yeah,
fair enough. Fair enough. We had someone bring up aliens. I guess the aliens has been in the topic of the conversation in the chats. So Pedro isn't familiar what's going on right now. So as far as Pedro is concerned, he knows that there was a Chinese balloon shot down last week. Mm-hmm. The goddamn balloon was able to fly across the country before they decided to shoot it down.
How do we know? Can I ask a question? Because listen, I don't keep up with enough of foreign affairs and things. I just don't. I'm lame.
The balloon was near you. It probably flew over St. Louis.
Was it? Could care less if I'm being honest. Like I just don't. I don't like if I can't control it and if it doesn't affect my day to day, I just don't even think about it. Right? And I don't watch the news, but I heard about it. Okay. And how do we know did China say that it was theirs when it shot it down? Was there like a Chinese flag? How do we know?
Well, definitely. Is there intel? They was like, yo, chill. It's not that big. It's not that serious. It was a weather balloon that got blew off course, is what they're saying.
That's what China's saying.
But China doesn't.
How do we know it's from China? Because of the specs of it, I guess, or like the
I have a joke, but I'm not going to say it.
I mean, I'm honestly.
No, but
how do we know this stuff?
The trajectory of they were tracking the thing. It came from that area. And then when they got shot down, China was like, yo, calm down. Ain't that serious, bro? In those kind of words. It did say some diplomatic stuff.
So is China the only thing in the East? It couldn't have came from any other place.
No, but I think China did admit that it was theirs. Okay, but they were saying that you calm down. Ain't that serious? You need to relax. That kind of thing. Like made it seem like
like it was nothing.
Hold on a second.
It said made in China. Well, hold up. Glass half empty. Everything is made in China. And let me before Hannibal comes in with something really smart and eloquent.
I got nothing. Go ahead.
You know what's funny is like we talk about China and everything. Listen, you know what's funny? I see these people that are like, yeah, I love America, and everything they got's made in China. The computer that they use
it's cheap, man. Yeah,
come on, man. Like
it's high quality. But they are trying to take over the world, and they're trying to take. I mean, they have like influence in the Caribbean, in Africa, just investing a lot of money. I mean, China invests a lot of money here, so. They are formidable, but also their economy is kind of teetering as well. Like their real estate is all effed up. But let's get into some of the stuff with this. Let me show you the article real quick. So in this weekend, the U.S. have shot down several UFOs. Now, beginning of today, I I was looking at some of the news from some of the officials. They did not rule out aliens at one point. They didn't say. I'm not even kidding.
No, I
They
can
did
believe it.
not rule out aliens. Then all of a sudden, the last hour or so, the White House is saying no indication of aliens.
Oh God.
It was a few hours ago. So all right, let me go. So yeah, UFOs flying over United States and Canada, right? The U.S. military shot down 3 unidentified objects on Friday and over the weekend. In addition to the suspected, it's a Chinese spy balloon. It's suspected. Who else is going? Who else is flying balloons?
Well, but also for unidentified flying objects does not equal alien. I want to get that out of the way right now, right? We all understand that. Okay, good.
Yeah, but it's possible. It's probably aliens.
No, I want alien. Listen. I was told Hannibal before, I welcome aliens. I believe in aliens. I think we are not the only thing in this galaxy. If aliens plopped on my roof right now, I give them a drink and see if I can talk their language. Like,
Pedro, that's ridiculous. Aliens, have you seen Independence Day? We're gonna give them a drink.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you talking about? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So this is the White House is lying to us. So the White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, tried to laugh off the possibility of aliens. I just want to make sure that we address this from the White House. I know there have been questions and concerns about this. There is no indication of aliens or extraterrestrial activity with the recent takedowns. Bull crap. First of all, one moment it said, we don't know if there's aliens. Now all of a sudden, there's no indication that there's aliens. There's aliens, bro. And we got to do something about it.
Listen, why? Listen, we're assuming aliens are like out to get us based on our imagination and the movies that are made. And shout out to all the movies. I love the movies. Listen, there's nothing wrong. I like all of them. I like the aliens. Yeah. The what's the other one? The popular alien, E.T. All of them. I like all the movies.
All right, okay? If they're like E.T., then that would be adorable. Like they come in, they like the little.
How do we know they're not like E.T.?
Because that's not how it works.
Why? Says who?
Well, first of all, let's shout out to Alamo City Dan. Aliens. I'm an alien. I crossed the Trump fence.
Well, there you go. Yeah. He's an illegal alien.
listen.
Shout out to all my Mexican brothers and sisters. Thank you. Appreciate
it. Of course. Yes. We're putting human, characteristics on aliens. Usually, when one set of people or species come into another set, and if they're more advanced, they take it over. So the idea of if an advanced alien species came to the planet, they would not be your friend. They'll look at you like how we look at, animals. They'll be like, oh, well, we're going to just knock this thing over or knock down these trees. We got to build a house over here. We're not trying to be friends with them. We're like, hey, get out of our way. We want your resources. So that's why we follow movies like.
What are they waiting on then? What are they waiting on? Like what? I understand our lifetime is one little pebble of salt on the beach. I get it. But like, what are they waiting on? Like,
the right time, man.
Right time.
Things have to align. On Independence Day, they had to make sure that all their spaceships went to the right cities, and then they got the signal, and they started destroying everything. And then Will Smith had to save humanity, and we may need him. Slap some of these aliens up.
Yeah, I don't think the aliens are as frail as Chris Rock. So I think we need something. We might need The Rock or Vin Diesel. We don't need Will Smith. You know what I'm saying?
Underrated. This is probably one. District 9,
movie.
Fantastic movie.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think of all my favorite alien movies. I mean, Aliens is probably the best. I mean, you can't beat that. So Nogal Reaver fighting an alien.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I like aliens. I'm a big Alien Predator fan. I liked War of the Worlds. Somebody mentioned that earlier, the Tom Cruise movie, which was based off the Orson Welles radio show, which is phenomenally done back in the day. He had people tricked thinking we were being attacked on the radio before.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But that movie I thought was pretty good. But yeah, you bring up some great points. Obviously, they're not going to come in peace and be all cute and cuddly like Alf and E.T. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Alf, yo.
Shout out to Alf.
I used to watch that in the mornings growing up.
We need more TV like that, man. Like this stupid shit like that,
Yeah, I take it so seriously.
It depends on how they come at me. Obviously, they can come and just probably like snap a finger and I'm like disintegrated. But if they want to come and collaborate with me and talk, and I'm not gonna even be afraid. Like To me, I'm fascinated by that kind of stuff because the galaxy is infinite, you know. And I've had this talk with some friends and family. Like, if I had the opportunity to go to space and live the rest of my life in outer space and explore, I wouldn't hesitate. I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you definitely said that before, which I find very interesting.
Yeah.
It's well, what do you think about how the US government have basically been not truthful to the public for decades? And then all of a sudden now they're like, yeah, there's some shit that we can't even identify. I don't know, bro. You tell us because we don't know. Why do you think that changed? And that changed maybe within the last, I mean, you correct me if you guys, like 5 years, maybe 5 years, when they finally said, yeah, those videos, some of them we don't know where they are. Like objects that can go really fast but stop on a dime, which we don't have the technology to do that. Going in and out of water. Like, there's a few really good podcasts with Joe Rogan talking to I forgot the expert name, but that these guys were in the armed forces, in the Navy. They're looking, pilots looking at shit that they can't explain.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I know very little about this stuff, but obviously we know about Roswell and the area and
Area 51.
Area 51 that you can't get, so obviously something's there, right?
Yeah.
And maybe if it's as scary as Hannibal was thinking, maybe it's the government doesn't want us to know because we would panic. So I can understand that part of it, because us Americans, we panic over Chipotle. You know what I'm saying? So like we freak out over stupid shit.
The COVID thing kind of showed me how people reacted to each other. Think about what happened, how we was fighting each other.
So if we actually knew everything that we think we know about aliens and things that they're hiding, how do you think we would react? Probably very negatively, like in a negative way, right? So I'm not even like mad about that if they know something and they're not telling us, because I don't think we are unified enough to handle it. That's my take on it.
Well, like for me, I kind of have your view. I can't control it. So like even with the COVID stuff, and I know it's a little different because now you can do some things to help protect yourself. But I knew not to get so panicky about it because like I can't control it. Hopefully I'm healthy enough to handle it, but I'm not going to scare my kid. That's why he's doing well. I never put that kind of fear in him. But in terms of like an alien, I don't have an effing clue. I mean, is it possible that all these stupid UFOs is just advanced technology that these governments are doing and you're pretending not to know? Oh, I don't know what happened. We shoot it down. Like,
yeah, it could be things that they're testing out,
Yeah. Like, so, we've seen enough. And, shout out to, I'm trying to say, do you watch Star Trek, Star Wars?
I watched Star Wars, Star Trek. I've watched the one movie that came out with Eric Bana, and it had like the one dude and Chris Pine, but not the TV show. So,
well, I feel like the TV show Star Trek: The Next Generation is probably the best out of all of that. Yeah. Star Wars fell off. Movies suck. They were good at one point, but at least with the Star Trek, they had an idea of like if we get to that point that we are basically at one with some of these aliens, that it's more of like a diplomatic thing rather than a Star Wars where everyone's fighting each other. So we'll see. I mean, it could be an Independence Day type scenario. You never know. And that's the thing about Independence Day. Everyone did come together at the end. All the nations had us like, listen, we gotta stop fighting each other because we're going to get exterminated by these aliens.
Started figuring out. They started sharing the information on how to take them down. And Africa and Europe and Asia, where you see the ships going down. And
because Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith went up into the mothership and somehow was able to get back. Because that makes sense. I didn't realize how corny that damn movie was, but I've seen that movie in a theater, and I've probably seen it 10,000 times.
I mean, it came out right around July 4th. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I think it came out in 96. It's like something in the 90s. Yeah,
something like that. I mean, listen. I mean, it was good. Did they ever make a sequel? They didn't, right?
They did. I didn't watch it. I heard it was bad. So I heard it. And it did bring back Jeff Goldblum, but I think he came back for the check.
Will Smith wasn't in it, was he?
Of course not.
Okay. So then, I
mean, Will Smith has been taking some bad movies, but he doesn't really do the sequels. Like he did Men in Black. Oh yeah, shout out to Men in Black. First one?
Oh yeah.
Funny as
No,
shit.
that's good because it's funny.
It was funny. Yeah, it was funny. And I think the second one was good too. I'm trying to
And
remember.
shout out to Nomadic Mom. She mentioned Prometheus, which is a Ridley Scott film, and I love that movie. I've seen that movie probably 6, 7 times. I think it's really good. It's got a lot. It makes you think a lot, and it seems, obviously for me, it seems like that makes sense. That's what maybe an alien could be, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like how the life and the evolution of it and the testing and all that and the timeline. But Prometheus is a good one as well, I think. Yeah.
I've been called Predator. I don't know why.
Yeah, why? That's a shocking thing. Yeah. Hairstyle, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, hairstyle. I mean, he was badass. I tell you that. He was bad. I mean, the way he ripped apart Carl Weathers, that's like, damn, man.
Did you like Predator 2 with Danny Glover?
No.
I liked it. I actually thought that was good. I liked
good
it.
In what way? Like good, bad?
Yeah, like sometimes you need like that corny, like New York City,
it
like
was
over the
too
top,
corny.
kinda,
like, the Predator seems like it's a badass. It's in the jungle and he got camouflage. Like he's out in the city, and Danny Glover, like, oh jeez, I don't know. Well,
I gotta drop one reference. I think one person will get this. Maybe it's Hannibal. Maybe it's somebody in the chat. Do you guys ever? I grew up watching. My dad watched a lot of Channel 9, like the public PBS or whatever, and we would watch a show like the show Mr. Bean. Probably got a lot of you guys know Mr. Bean, right?
Yeah.
But there was a show, it was comedic, called Red Dwarf. Does anybody know anything about Red Dwarf? Hannibal,
that
anybody?
Sounds familiar, but no, I'm not familiar. What is it about?
Was basically set on, there was like extraterrestrials in different worlds, and they're in space, and it was a comedy. It's British, super funny. So if anybody knows Red Dwarf, just drop
I do like the British humor because they get into it. There's a Star Trek kind of I forgot the name of it. I think it had Tim Allen in it. They were mocking, or there's a parody of Star Trek. Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. Yes, that was
a good one because it kind of just made fun of
Sigourney Weaver was in that movie.
Yes. Yeah. Like they had the one guy that didn't give him a name because he's supposed to die, but then he's always worried about getting killed, and it was a funny movie because like they're actors, but then somehow they actually became like real. Actually went into space. That's a good movie actually as well. But I didn't realize there's a lot of good alien movies. I mean, I guess we don't know which alien's gonna come, but hopefully they're cool.
So do you think that in our lifetime, so we're you're 37, right?
39 this year.
39. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's over, man.
Okay, so I'm 40. I'll be 42 this year. So I got 2.5 years on Hannibal, right? So basically, you and I are around for another, let's say, 40 years, right? So do you think in the next 40 years we're going to encounter in a very like publicly known way some type of extraterrestrial?
I hope so, but I think we all have that idea, like we're so important that they're gonna show up when we're around. Like maybe not at this point, right? It'll be interesting, right? Clearly, and I think some kind of life form, even if it's a little piece of cell on a rock somewhere, like just let me know. Does it come from other than Earth? And that's alien, right? So that's kind of
any kind of life form, right?
Yeah, so I think yes, and I think in our lifetime we should see some kind of organism that they either, I don't know, the rover machine grabs it, brings it back. That this is alien because it's not from Earth. I think that's gonna definitely happen.
So let me ask you a follow-up question. Do you think if and when that happens, that will shake up, rattle, or disturb certain people's religious beliefs and like how they feel about?
Of course, but they can always find a way to repackage that and fit that. Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Kuala asks, what about Spaceballs?
John Candy, Rick Moranis. I have never seen that movie from beginning to end. I've
seen clips of it too. And there's some funny parts to it. I should watch that front to back. It's probably pretty good. Yeah. Before we end this, and I don't know if you have enough time to really go in and start yelling at and getting upset and being triggered by another list. But if Pedro's interested, I think we can go into it. What do you think?
I'm always ready to be triggered. Yeah.
All right.
It's Monday night.
So the Billboard put out the top 50 greatest rappers of all time.
Oh, hold up. Didn't we get? Oh no, we did Rolling Stone. We gave Rolling Stone's trash, but the Billboard.
Yeah.
Okay,
Billboard and Billboard, they've been around for a long time.
Don't they usually measure it off of monetary success and like
you know what? I don't know where to get the list from, but if you look at it, I don't know if it's based on it. You know what? Good point. It's possible, but it could be just an editorial. They just looking at it in their own whatever. Whoever's debating this thing. But I'm gonna put up on the screen real quick to
top 50, right? All time
top 50. So I'm gonna show you the top 10, and then if you want to kind of walk through it, we can if you want. But it's top 10. There's some spots that are a little off.
Garden State. This list was Kobe, and if you guys don't know, Kobe is basically an analogy for trash. So if you hear somebody say Kobe, they're saying they're throwing something in the trash can, right? So let's
fair enough. Okay, so I got 10. I scrolled down. 10 is Nicki Minaj. So of all the 50 top best rappers of all time, they put Nicki at 10. Your thoughts?
Does that say Nicki Minaj?
It does. It is legit. It's a legit list. 10.
Listen, bro. Come on, man. Why are you bringing this trash to me, bro? What's going on here?
10.
This is all time?
Yeah, and I'm going to the main list right now. So
this is based off hits, and it's based off number of songs and the times the songs were on the radio. That's what the Billboard does.
Okay, so 50 is Rick Ross, 49 is Rev Run, 48 is Melly Mel, 47. I'm going right. MC Light is 47.
Yeah, they're all better than Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, Jadakiss is 46. So you're telling me that Jadakiss is 46, but Nicki is 10.
Yeah, but it's got to be built. Okay, we got to dig deeper. It's got to be the Billboard relevance of like the hits, the song, like the actual songs and how they did on the Billboard Top 10.
You're probably right. I probably should have spent more time looking like how that they got Ice-T at 45, but Nicki is 10.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So let me. All right. We'll kind of go. We'll go. All right. So 9 is Snoop Dogg.
Oh my God, he's on my overrated list, bro. We did the overrated list.
I don't think anyone that listens to hip hop in a serious way would ever have Snoop Dogg in their top 10. In the 90s, sure. You said the best rappers of the 90s. You have to because that's his debut.
There's been 10 guys that have come out since then that are better than him.
He's not top 10 on anyone's list. Even if commercially, he's not top 10 on anyone's list.
Jadakiss is in the top 10.
Jadakiss will wrap circles around him.
He's in my top 10. I would say if I had to put a list together, he's probably on the lower half. You know what I'm saying? But he's in my top 10.
They have Bun B at 43.
Well, you love Bun B though.
I love Bun. Listen, Bun B could rap better than 90% of these rappers are here right now. He's definitely better than Snoop Dogg. All right, let's move on to number 8. Drake.
Let me be honest with you, bro. Woo! I don't have as much of a problem with that, and this might be controversial. I don't have as much of a problem with that as I do Snoop Dogg on the list.
Listen, Drake is probably the most successful rapper. He may be the most successful. He is not top 10. No one.
He's not.
No one thinks he's top 10.
But I don't have a problem with him compared to the other two so far. That's just my opinion.
You know what? And I'm a Drake fan.
Drake has some bars. I don't
know who's writing them. That's another thing too.
Yeah.
But I think as an artist, because first of all, he sings a lot. I don't know. One minute he's from the Caribbean, next minute he's not. Yeah. One minute he's British. He's not top 10.
No, he's not top 10. He's not. I'm just saying so far. I had the least problem
of those three. Yes, he's better than those two. Yeah, but no, no matter, he's okay. Like he's
That's
okay.
fair. That's fair.
Let's see, 7, Lil Wayne.
Don't have a problem with that.
Don't have a problem with Lil Wayne. I don't. No, there's many people who think Lil Wayne is top 10, and does he have the best story or concepts or like something interesting to say?
No,
he likes to talk about money, women, and
stuff together though. His entendres and stuff are very, very next level. I have no problem with him being number 7 on that.
He looks like an alien too, so
he does.
Yeah. He said I'm not an alien. I think it was like 2 albums he called that. Yeah. 6, Notorious B.I.G. too low for my opinion. But I know some people like he didn't put a lot of material because the man passed. So we're kind of looking at, first of all, the amazing work that he has that is still better than most of the stuff. But also he just wasn't around enough. He died in 23, like super young.
He was super young. I don't have a problem with him at 6 either. I can put him at 6, anywhere from 6 to 2. So I think for me, anybody between 6 and 2, you can probably argue or kind of, you can flip them anywhere. So I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. And number 5, Eminem. I don't have a problem with Eminem being up there. Some people have issues, and I'm not gonna say it's racial. It's like Eminem sometimes is rapping about things that they can't relate to, like people in the hood. And I don't know why he doesn't get along with his mom, doesn't get along with his girl. He's poor. Like I don't know. It's just for some reason, at least for some people, especially in the media, with your Joe Buddens, your Charlemagne's, sometimes they don't want to give him respect. I know Joe Budden because it's a business issue, but I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people would have him in their top 10, or at least that top 5. And I would. I have no problem. I don't think I can actually put it together myself, but you have Eminem in your top 5?
I don't have him in my top 5, but I can see why he's in my
really
top
good.
10. He's really good. Man. I have him in my top 10. I don't know if I have him. I don't have a problem with so far. When you get to 8 or 8's, okay, when we get to 7, 6, and 5, I don't have a problem with those guys right there.
Yeah, I think that the list gets better, but those last 3 are so bad it kind of discredits the entire list, in my opinion. The one negative thing I can say about Eminem is sometimes it seems like he's just rhyming words just to show how well he could rhyme the words, but it's like, what are you really saying? Like, are you saying something? Are you conveying something? And sometimes he does, and he can. Like the guy, he can story tell. He can put it right. But sometimes he's like, he wants us to be impressed that he knows the ins and outs of the thesaurus. But I don't know if he's actually saying something. What do you think?
I think that's a fair thing to say about him in some of his songs.
Yeah.
But I think he puts things together that are over a lot of people's heads when you actually look at the bars and the levels that he goes and how he puts it together and how he sets things up. It is next level. So I have no problem with him being in that spot right there. Yeah.
Oh shit, definitely. Shout out to Pat Poose. The dude, he's one of those rappers I don't know why he didn't become more famous than he did. I don't know if he was like the comparisons to Big L. Like I don't think they're the same, but they kind of look the same. But let me see. Number 4, Tupac.
Can't argue. I don't
growing up, man, I had Tupac like number 1 and 2 back in the day, but I realized he had talent and he should be up there. But in terms of his complexity, the rhymes compared to the others, he falls kind of back. But I still love the confidence, his talent. The guy could act. He wrote poetry. I mean, the dude was like a renaissance man.
He raps and put lyrics based on social issues and emotion.
Yeah, like Brenda's having a baby. Like,
yeah.
I can't listen to that too often. But it's like, that's the ability of Tupac. So someone says
Tupac's a legend. Like, so you can put him at 1 to whatever, and I can't really argue. So that's fair.
3 is Nas.
Yeah, that's trash because Nas is number 1. For anybody that's watched this podcast, for the 14 of y'all that are here, shout out to y'all.
Nas
is the GOAT. I'll debate any human being about that. For me, he is the GOAT. It's not close.
So I want you to use your brain. Who you think is number 2?
Jay-Z.
All right, let's see. And who's number 1?
Shit, that's I'm missing. I mean, there's so many people that aren't on this list that could be. We're talking all time.
Yeah, you're gonna be surprised. Well, a little bit.
I guess I might be surprised.
Think about it. Think about it. Someone they haven't said.
It's Billboard though.
So Jay-Z said Jay-Z's 2. Who do you think is number 1? Cardi B, right?
To Jack Harlow. Am I going to turn? Am I going to throw these? Am I going to throw the headset across the room?
We may have to actually protest. I don't protest a lot, but if they had Jack Harlow, we may have to protest.
10 seconds. Hold on. So Jay-Z is probably 2. I think I'm accurate there. I don't think they'll have him as 1. Kanye West.
Kanye. I gotta check the rest. Let's see. But number 2 is Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, can't go wrong. I can't really argue that. I'm a big Lamar fan as well. I think that's a little high, if I'm being honest, but I get it. I get it.
And number 1 is Jay-Z.
Okay. All right.
So,
that makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
But you're not a fan. You're not a fan of Jay-Z. You're not a fan of Kendrick going over Nas.
I'm not, and I'm not a fan of Jay-Z being number 1, if I'm being honest. I understand it from a Billboard list perspective, but because of the number of hits he has and versus Jay-Z and versus Kendrick and frankly everybody else on this list. How many albums,
it's a little bit of like longevity and he's really, really good at what he's doing.
He is. For me, if I'm looking at the top 5, this is how I would realign the top 5. This is my personal opinion. Nas, Jay-Z, Kendrick, Pac, and I'd keep Eminem at 5.
So you have Kendrick high.
I do.
Yeah. I mean, potentially, like when it's all said and done, yeah, I think Kendrick is top 5 eventually. Yeah. Without even a question or a debate. Because first of all, he's still young. He's still going to produce music. He's still going to put music out there.
Is Jay-Z your number 1? I feel like that's
no. I've listened to more Nas than Jay-Z, but I listened to a lot of Jay-Z. So yeah, at this point, Jay-Z probably is definitely in my top 5. He's probably in my top 3, but I never thought Jay-Z was the best rapper ever. No.
So shout out to Grinding with Levi. He says, whack list. Eminem is the GOAT, hands down, undisputed.
Listen. Eminem held it down for people like Levi, man, back, in certain communities.
Listen, I respect that because that's how I feel about Nas. To me, it's not like you can't even have a conversation with me. It's like people talking about, oh, it's LeBron the GOAT. No, Michael Jordan's the GOAT. Like, get out of here. Like, you can't even. I can't even have.
It's not even. So I'm scrolling down some of this. So they have 42 Redman, 41 E40. I'm sorry. We're gonna stop until we see a rapper that is not better. Like Nicki Minaj can beat in terms of skill. Like Dr. Dre is 40. 39. Ludacris.
Go up to Dr. Dre. I'm gonna say something super controversial. Dr. Dre is a producer. Okay. As far as lyrics go, Nicki Minaj is over Dr. Dre. You guys can beat me up in the comments all you want. Dr. Dre is not a lyricist.
Both. Well, at least Dr. Dre has been known people to write his lyrics, and I think Nicki has someone writing her lyrics.
You think so?
I think so, because she was really popular when she was with that dude Safari, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And then when they broke up, she wasn't the same. So I don't know if that's just.
I like Dre, but I'm not. I'm saying he's not like somebody.
No, he's not. He's a rapper producer. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Ludacris is better than Nicki Minaj. Ludacris should be higher. I'm sorry. We kind of forget how dominant that dude was. Gucci Mane should not be high. I don't understand the fast name. That's that overrated list that we had. Let's see. Common is 37. That's kind of low. I think. Mos Def is 30. So you have Mos Def.
That to me is absolutely absurd. If he's not in your top. He might be in some people's top 10, but he should be in the top 20.
Yeah, least, definitely. Right? I mean, Future is 35.
Trash. He's not on the list. Get him out of here. Like that. Get him in there.
Yeah, my blood pressure's gonna go up.
I'll tell you this right now. Yeah, I need you to show me if Big Pun is not on this list. I'm gonna completely boycott.
I'm assuming since we haven't seen him yet, hopefully he is at least in the top 20, top 15. Big Pun. If they care about us, that they wouldn't have him this low.
Shout
out. All right, Busta Rhymes 33. Man, I don't think Busta Rhymes is going to ever get his flowers until it's it's just people just don't value him as much because he kind of came when everyone was out, right?
Yeah.
T.I. is 32. That's a bit high. I don't like T.I. I like T.I.
I think that's for me. That's appropriate. I feel like that's 32. Mid. It's mid. It's fine. I'm good with it.
Little Kim 31.
Fine with it.
They're being nice. They're being nice. Lauryn Hill is 30, only 30. Okay.
Look how beautiful Lauryn Hill is.
Oh,
Shout out to Lauryn Hill, man.
Yeah, definitely. Pusha T is 29. I fucks with it. Black Thought is 28. Now, I would say Black Thought should be a little higher. I think he should be higher. He is. He came out with an album I think recently.
Yeah.
With Danger Mouse or something like that. Just check it out. Really good. Q-Tip is 27. I like Q-Tip.
He needs to go up. If anything, for me,
I wouldn't argue.
Yeah.
Big Pun. Oh damn, that's too low.
See that? Listen,
This
y'all be
low.
sleeping on Big Pun. Let me tell y'all something. I know you don't.
Yeah.
I need you guys to go check out. He only has 2 albums, and he has like mixtapes and the Terror Squad album. Just go check out Capital Punishment. It is one of the most underrated hip hop albums of all time.
This guy has lyrics coming out.
Lyrics, flow, fast,
syllable.
flows.
He's throwing so many syllables. He's a big dude. I don't know how he's able to do it.
Unbelievable album. Check it out. Capital Punishment, Big Pun. For him to be at 26 is absolutely. For Nicki Minaj to be at 10 and him to be at 26 is.
Yeah, it's a little bit upsetting to be that low.
Crazy.
So we're gonna say Method Man. No, Big Pun is not better than Method Man. I like Method Man. I think he's a little too high.
Yeah,
I like Method Man. Too high.
You're saying no. You're saying Method Man's not better than Big Pun.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. I got the whole
That's
thing
what
on
you're saying. Okay.
ARS 1 is 24. That's too low.
That's
too low. Yeah, he should be higher. And I say he's kind of corny. Oh yeah, I know you don't like this guy.
I mean, I get it though. But I'd have several people that we've already seen over
these
him.
old break. Okay, but it's still a little high though.
It's the name. He's just putting the name out there. Yeah.
I think he's the one that he signed the first like $1 million contract. Something legendary for that.
This is crazy. That's crazy.
Most face killer. He's all right. They can put him up there.
All right.
DMX is 21. Okay.
Shout out to X.
Big Daddy Kane is 20.
So this is top 20 here.
This is top 20 now. Missy Elliott is 19. All right. I'll give you know what?
I don't like that.
What too high?
Yeah. Look at the 5 people that some of the 5 guys we just named.
Yeah. I'll you know, if she fell back and then put Big Pun where she is, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain. But I still love Missy Elliott. But I feel you. Sure. Ice Cube is 18. A little low, but okay. People forget how great Ice Cube was.
Sure.
50 Cent is 17. People may not get this because no one knows 50 Cent raps anymore. But at one point, 50 Cent was a really damn good rapper.
I got no problem with 50 being in the top 20. It's much deserved, I think.
Scarface is 16. All right, there's some respect on his name, man. J. Cole is 15. So they got J. Cole at 15. Wow. So at this point, Billboard is trying to say, listen, Kendrick's on another level. J. Cole, you still got to work. Didn't even get a right picture. This is how old his picture is.
That's like from his first album. Like, come on.
They treat him like it's his first album. 15 for J. Cole, but he got
I need to dread it up, J. Cole, not the clean cut.
I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know. LL Cool J is 14.
He's one of the go. I like
Rakim is too low. He's got to be in the top. Top 10. He got to be in top 10. It doesn't make any sense. 13. But so we're saying, so
they put Nicki Minaj is the only female in the top 10, correct?
Yes.
So they're saying she's the best female artist of all time, and they had to put a woman in the top 10.
Her hits, I think in terms of hits, rap hits, she probably has more rap hits than everyone.
Yeah.
If you could say going back what you're saying, the Billboard in terms of like monetary, she has the best, the most hits. I wouldn't say she's better than Lauryn Hill,
Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah,
or Missy Elliott.
I mean, her and Cardi B are. I guess I give her a little bit of a head start over Cardi B. I
think she has more hits than Cardi.
More hits,
yeah. But she's not. She can't be 10, and Rakim is 13.
No, it's no.
No, Andre 3000 is too low. He's top 10. Like move.
So who are you kicking out? You're kicking out Drake, Snoop, and
Snoop. Yeah, and Andre 3000 needs to be in top 10. People don't understand.
So if you take Drake out, if you take Snoop out, if you take Nicki Minaj out, who are you putting in? You putting in Rakim? You putting in Andre?
I'm putting Rakim, Andre 3000, and I'm gonna leapfrog one person over. I might put Big Pun in there.
Yeah, Big Pun was. Listen,
I'll throw those 3 in there.
Legit,
man. And that list will look better than what the list is bad. It's a bad list because of those 3. Kanye West is 11. Now, do we know he's writing his own lyrics? No, he does perform. He does write, but
I'm a big Ye fan. Y'all know that. Hannibal knows that. But I'm not. I don't have a problem with him being right at 11. I don't have a problem. Now, if we're talking about hip hop influence, he's definitely going to go up because he does producing. He's produced for other people like Jay-Z and Nas. I got lyrically and as an MC, I think 11 is okay for me.
Yeah. And 10, and we already went to 10 to 1 with Nicki starting at 10.
Just trash, man. That is just listen.
But yeah, trash.
Crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. That'd be like us having a top 10 list of quarterbacks, and we'd put like, I don't know, somebody.
Kirk Cousins up there.
Kirk Cousins. There you go.
It is like,
yes.
Well, because
he's got some good years.
Yeah, he threw a lot of yards. It doesn't matter because he threw a lot of yards and he has a lot of touchdowns. He's still not at the level of the other rap. You know what I mean? So it's well, I think I agree. I agree with Garden State. It's a sad list.
It is.
Yeah, maybe they got the top 7, kind of like, okay,
which
we can't
intermix. You can intermix some of that, but even still, you could put Rakim in the top 7. You know, you could put Andre 3000, and those guys are not even close to the top 7.
They have Future at 30. I mean, what?
Come on, what's happening here? I'm just glad we didn't get into all the 40s, I don't think, but like, I'm glad there wasn't a lot of brand new guys. You know, like they mixed in some of the new crew from the last 5-10 years, but like it wasn't like, you know. I
think we all can agree that the mumble rap era was bad. The lean era where everyone was on drugs, taking pills, except maybe Juice WRLD. And I think Juice WRLD was a very talented rapper.
Lil Wayne,
yeah, he's not gonna die. This guy's gonna live. But a lot of those rappers weren't good, and we kind of all knew that. And they kind of faded. You know, your little, I don't know. Put little. I mean, J. Cole kind of explained everything. Like you're not going to be here very long, and I'll still be here, still doing my thing. So, Matt said DMX should be close to the 1.
I like X, but it's it depends on how you like your rap, I guess.
Yeah,
the
emotion he was able to tell a story, and he was able to kind of bring his faith into a lot of his stuff, and also the aggressiveness. So it wouldn't bother me if he was a little closer, like they had him in the teens. I wouldn't necessarily, but there are like rappers who are technically more gifted in terms of lyrically, like able to do it. And DMX did his own thing. He had his own style. It's aggressive, but I wouldn't mind it. But it was a bad list. It was a bad list.
Bad list. Listen, I think we have to, we got Billboard and Rolling Stones. I mean, these sources are skewed, and I don't feel like they understand the pulse of what's going on, and they're just putting things in for names, I think, mostly. So
yeah, definitely. Before we head out, Levi asked Tech Nine and Hobbs. Yeah,
Kansas
definitely.
City, baby. I know Tech Nine. I know a lot about Tech
Nine. I want to see. That's another guy I gotta check out live. Tech Nine, and I like the fact that he basically made his whole like independent and still make tons of money. Like they studying how he's able to figure this out, because he didn't have to sign to a big label and still able to sell tons of merch.
30 years.
Yeah, just making tons of money and still can rhyme his ass off. And Hobson is pretty good too. I don't know. Has he stopped rapping, Hobson? I feel
I don't know. I know more about Tech Nine than I do Hobson, but
he's good. Sure. You should check out his stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry guys for that list. That list was god awful. If you guys have your own top 50, if you guys want to post it on the chat or in the comment section, you can. I think one of these days we're going to do that. I don't know. It may have to be something we have to be like in the same area. Like we'll sit there, have some drinks, and go through and have our own top 50 list, and have some arguments and fights.
That would take some time. That would take some time because there's a lot. I mean, there's people on that top 50 that Billboard has that should probably be in it. There's names that we haven't even mentioned, right?
True. Yeah.
That need to be in that list, I'm sure. So.
We'll see. And on Wednesday, well, I'm sure, hopefully we don't get taken over by the aliens yet. I think we'll probably still have a show.
I think we'll be okay on Wednesday.
So. Yeah, fair enough. Well, Pedro said we're going to be okay, so we're going to be okay. So I know, guys, be nice tomorrow. Even if you're not doing anything, just be nice. Eat some chocolates, tell your significant other you love them, even if you don't believe it.
Rub the feet, whatever. Make a Calgon bath. Do
slam dunk them one. It's Valentine's Day is the freest. It don't cost. Maybe it costs a little bit, but it don't cost as much as
Listen, sex is free in the moment, but sometimes it leads to babies, so then it can be very expensive. So just
Well,
make
that
sure you
could be.
protect yourself.
Oh yeah, or have that conversation before you start.
Make sure you're covered. You know.
All right, guys, have a great night, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.